Like we feel like every album we have to like recreate ourselves or whatever. So this album right here, I say is more like Outkast Extreme because I mean you got the feel of the first album, then you have the feel of the second album too, but it's like all like melted into one, and then we like just like put a lot like an amp on it. You know what I'm saying? Like turned it up because it's that time to get live. You know what I mean?
Great, you know what I'm saying? The lyrical content, you know what I'm saying, as well as the music, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying, this guy like the ferocious lyrics of the ATLiens album mixed with the complex music of Southern Playlist of Cadillac music, you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to really revive the whole hip-hop game and keep this thing fresh for y'all.
So, guys, today we're talking about classic albums, classic rap albums at that. The album for today is Outkast Aquemini, which was released in 1998.
And not only that, this is your boy iBlaze. I would also say that it was a 5-mic album on the Source. It was highly critically acclaimed throughout many media posts.
Facts.
All hip hop,
and it sold over 1 million records. I think like 2 or 3 million records.
3 million to be exact. Three. It sold 50,000 in Canada. It sold 60,000 in the UK. It went silver in the UK. It went gold in Canada. So that album, it did numbers. Not only did it do numbers, it was it was such a great listen.
Groundbreaking. Do you remember where you were when you first heard this album?
Gosh,
Like personal stories.
Oh, so for me, I can honestly say I was actually waiting for the album. I had great anticipation. I had just continued to bang ATLiens for fucking years. And after that, I was literally waiting with bated breath, got in line, went to Sam Goody, popped open that shit.
Sam Goody, wow, I had heard that.
I was with my brother. We popped it into his CD player in his car, and we proceeded to bang that shit for like 4 or 5 days straight. Constant repeat. Constant repeat. Such a great moment.
What about you, Tom?
Hearing Rosa Parks on the radio. I didn't hear the album in its entirety until later on in life, but the first song I remember, it's like, when just growing up in Atlanta, when Outkast dropped an album, the majority of the album would get played on the radio. Not all of it. Because,
fair. That's a good point.
Yeah.
There's families out there and stuff, so you can't play an entire Outkast album. But the radio songs, the bangers, and even the ones you didn't expect got played on the radio.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember when Hot 97.5 would play certain albums in their entirety on the radio?
Yes.
There were certain albums that they like premiered and they would just play the whole album. Like you were just saying, like I remember them playing I think it was Aquemini. And I remember them just like playing that shit. They played it on the radio. At that point, me and my brothers had already heard it, which kind of launches into my story. My big brother used to work on Memorial Drive at this McDonald's, and one of the first things he did with his check was to go and get that album. It's 1998. We set it, put it in our CD player, and me and my brother sat around the CD player in a circle, and then we just cut that shit on. And I remember just all of us were just blown away by the time Rosa Parks came on, fucking Aquemini, the titular track, Aquemini, the art of storytelling. Like by the time we heard them songs, we were just like, bro, what in the hell? I think we knew subconsciously at that moment that Atlanta was going to run this shit.
Yes.
I feel like we kind of knew like Atlanta's gonna run this shit. Like who's doing that? Nobody's doing that. You know, I feel like for Atlanta to take over rap like it has, it needed somebody to drop something like that first before we take over.
No doubt. Now, I was going to say one thing real quick. For me, with this particular album, I finally thought for them they had finally married perfectly their rhymes with the perfect production that they had got throughout the whole album. I mean, throughout the whole album, you have a sonic listen. On my ride over here, I was actually listening to the album. And I gotta say, it's just like, it's great mood music to listen to. You have crazy interludes. And they actually fall right perfectly into the song. So it's actually was a well-crafted, well-placed, well put together, well thought out, and just, my God, the fucking production is just, I mean, chef's kiss. I mean, hold on.
I 100% agree on these. That was actually one of the things that I liked the most about the album on listening to it again for the podcast. I think that there are great albums out there, but certain times you have to do the track listing in your own order. There's certain things you want to hear, certain things you want to hear first. But the way Aquemini was set up, it was already perfect, the track listing, like you said, with the interludes and the skits blending in. I was listening to mine with the crossfade in.
Yeah.
So with the crossfade, it was just beautiful how like artist storytelling, like 1 and 2 blended into each other between the skits. West Savannah before that, like it was amazing how it ended off with Shonky Fire.
Yeah.
And that ended with the Andre and his rant at the awards and stuff.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Source
Like,
Awards.
Yeah.
I think that it's probably the best track list of all time possible.
Yes.
I think the way they structured this out, a lot of rappers record 700, 50 songs for their album. And the problem is they don't know which 50 songs to put on the album. And so oftentimes you'll end up with a situation where some of your best materials on the cutting room floor.
Yep.
Outkast avoided that. All of the I can't imagine what the outtakes for Aquemini are, or what the songs that didn't make the album are. I could not imagine what those would be, because it seems to me that when they crafted this album, they only recorded the essentials. It sounds like they only recorded the stuff that they had confidence in, and like, this is going on the album. If we record 5 songs today, 3 of them, we like, the 3 of us, we sitting here like, yo, them 3 songs right there is going on the album. No ifs, no ands, no buts about it. Them are going on.
Well, I will say one thing. Can I interject one thing?
Go ahead.
I will say one particular song on the album was actually made on the very first album, and that was actually West Savannah. So West Savannah was supposed to be on Southern Playalistic, but that actually got chopped. And so if you ever see the video for what's the song off of the Jersey Drive soundtrack, that is Benz or a Beamer. They're actually playing West Savannah at the very beginning of the video. You'll hear the song playing.
Can I give you a controversial opinion? This album I feel like is perfect, but to be honest with you, that song, I always felt like it was kind of one of those, the album doesn't lose anything for having the song on it.
Yeah.
But they could have left it off, and I think the album would have, wouldn't have missed anything at the same time.
Yeah.
I agree with you that it's a controversial thing. I thought that West Savannah was a song that I forgot about, and when it popped up again when I was listening to it recently, I was just like, holy fuck!
It's a banger.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I don't hate the song, but I kind of feel like with the vibe that the rest of the album has, the song, they could have left the song off and the album wouldn't have suffered. Like the album wouldn't be, the song doesn't make the album bad. So if you took the album off the song, wow, that sounded crazy. If you took the song off the album wouldn't lose any points. I feel like the album would still be like of the same quality, but by that same point though,
yeah.
I don't feel like it takes anything away. Like, it's a good song. It's a good song.
Yeah.
I feel like just the vibe of the rest of the album and what it goes into, because if memory serves me correct, it goes after that. Yeah. It goes right into the art of storytelling. So it's kind of like that. It almost feels like it kind of almost doesn't fit with the vibe.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't fit with the vibe. It's a great song.
But it's the little synth sound right after
true.
Reps Again. It's so
True.
good right after the
Oh
Yeah.
True.
Like,
True.
I don't know, like I was still vibing. Like, I vibed with it.
Oh yeah.
But you guys grew up listening to this album on repeat, while I only grew up with certain songs. So part of Aquemini to me was rediscovering tracks that I forgot about.
Yeah.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't be listening to Slump all the time. I don't hear West Savannah all the time. It's easy to come back and be like, oh shit, I was on this album.
I'm gonna tell you this: the song I listened to it earlier today, right before. I've been listening to it this whole time. I listened to that album religiously, like period. It's just an album I listen to. But the end of one of the songs on the album that I heard again recently today, and it just kind of jogged me like, oh yeah, That's how hard that song was. Synthesizer?
Yeah.
Synthesizer.
Wow, did you not hear the messages that's actually,
Bruh.
is it not
Where he
ironic
yes.
that was made? So that song might have been probably written in 95, maybe
96.
early 98, maybe early 96. The album came out in 96. Well,
98.
When
the album came out in 98.
All right, so that song may have been written maybe 96, 97, somewhere in there, maybe even early 98. But what makes it funny is all of those points that he made in the song are extremely relevant, right to this very.
He's talking about like AI, and, you know what I'm saying? He said something about like, I don't like my nose. You can get the nose from any,
pump my breast up. Yeah, like he was really like the things he was saying. I said to myself, well, damn, like. I really do miss this kind of art. I really do. I think it really sucks that the things that we get put out don't hit like that. He even mentioned how songs that don't bump for anything, like they're literally just songs just to make you happy, just dance or whatever. Their music always had a certain level of soul, dare I say, and I mean, hell, in Rosa Parks you got hand claps and snaps. The harmonica. I mean, oh my God. It's like that whole breakdown is pure genius. No other group, no other sound, no other creative. I mean, at that time, their sound was so.
Nobody else was doing that.
Such an outcast, so dare I say, of the music genre, because nobody did anything like that. They were forever pushing boundaries.
If you keep it real, if we keeping it real, who's doing anything like that now? Like, I love Tyler. Tyler's breaking a lot of the rules. Tyler, the creator's breaking a lot of rules. If you listen to that Igor record, it's totally different from anything you could have imagined that Tyler would ever do. But it's still not Aquemini. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen to Vince Staples. I listen to Vince Staples, who's an amazing artist. If y'all aren't on Vince Staples, please check out Vince Staples. He's got also one of the best like 4 album runs out of a rapper. Like he be spitting. He makes amazing music, but it's not like like that quality Outkast reaching with Aquemini is rare. Not just rappers, musicians rarely reach that level. It's only maybe like 10 albums in the history of music that reach that bar of quality that Aquemini is on. You know what I'm saying? Like only maybe 10 albums.
I mean, bro, and I'm gonna be look. I'm gonna be real. I'm an Outkast snob. I'm extremely biased.
Me too.
I mean, I've met Big Boy twice.
I'm from Atlanta,
and so you know, just being from the city, but having met him and just being a fan of him and Big and Andre, I really gotta say, it's like I don't think most people craft music the same way they craft music. If you're really listening to the music, I mean, it's like there's shit from the very beginning to even to their last album, Idlewild. I mean, their song, their sound, their thought process, it's like it's weird you to have to actually, if you listen, I know you don't want to overly break down people's bars, but if you listen to Andre, it was a song, it was with the Dungeon Family, but he says in it, if he didn't know he had to work this hard, he would have took a different approach to it. I'm paraphrasing the lines, but it's just funny that it's like, unlike most people, he really thought about everything that he said. He really understood that these bars have a lot of weight, and I can't say stupid shit. I can't. If anything, he mocked things at times. Yeah. I mean, if you listen to the Return of the G, and that particular song, you know, you had people saying, was he gay? Was he this? And all this crazy thing.
Never, what's wrong with you? You get down like that. First off, that's one of the hardest bars on the album.
You could definitely tell. You ever listen to someone rap and you're just sort of like, well, you can tell that was personal.
Yeah.
Because it was extremely specific.
Yeah.
So there was that part where he said, running up with doing something while you just trying to be your baby girl, while but niggas too busy shooting and bouncing and shooting and shit.
Yeah.
But that was one of those moments where I always sit there and I'm sort of like,
He really
Andre,
felt
that's
that.
some shit that happened to you.
But no,
Right.
see, but you got to remember, in that particular time in the media, like they really, because Andre was changing who he was at that time. He was dating. He had been dating Erykah Badu. So he had actually but even before he dated her, his appearance started to change. He stopped rocking the jerseys. He started putting on turbans. He started rocking the dashikis and shit.
That's when we first seen the video for it was AT-Aliens album. What is that? Throw your hands in the air.
Yeah.
I remember in the video when I first seen 3 Stacks with the turbans. I'm gonna keep it 300. Me and my brothers, we were kids at the time. I wanted a turban.
Hell yeah, and nigga, I had one.
I was
My
like
brother
6.
had one.
I wanted a fucking turban.
Andre had us looking different.
For me, Liberation is the best song on the album.
Wow. Yes.
What is your
Powerful
favorite song on the album?
I'll go first. For me, I have to personally say it is the title song. I mean, I gotta say it's hard to wade through. It's hard to wade through all of the songs. But if I wanted somebody to fundamentally experience the album for the very first time, I'd almost say listen to that song first because it gives you Outkast at their very best. I mean,
Let's piggyback for a second. I love the beat.
yes.
Ooh, yeah, the bass on that bitch is amazing.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna sleep.
And
The
they
bass
ride
is
that beat
amazing.
like the fucking rodeo.
Now's the time to get on, like Spike Lee say, get on the bus.
Go get your work and keep your people chirping. That's
It's a must. No,
It's fire by itself.
it's him and I,
Yeah.
Aquemini.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you my favorite part of the song. When the song about to go off,
Yep.
and then Big Boy come in. My name is Big Boy, that is fat sass. That nigga that like them Cadillacs. I stay down with these streets, cause these streets is where my folks at. Better know that. Say we pro-black, but we professional.
We missed a lot of church,
so the music is our confessional.
Get off the testicles and the nutsack. You bust rhymes, we bust back. Oh yeah, Big Boy goes the fuck off. Like he really, for all those people that constantly slept on his ability and thought process, he is by far just as great, if not better, in some bars than Andre. I'm not saying that he can be greater than Andre, because Andre is always the subject matter guy, but we're talking about rhyme style, rhyme scheme, because it's like, I saw a guy do a breakdown on Outkast, and here's the dopest shit he said, is if you listen to Outkast, there are times when they're not quite on beat, but they do something real smooth. One may go super fast and then ride the beat. And then the other one, it's like almost contradicting the beat, but still rhythmically going with the BPMs. And it's just insane when you look at it that way. And it's so crazy because it's like, and I don't even know if people know this, but Outkast did have this is some crazy shit. They had some influence from Das EFX. They were fans of their rap style. And they've incorporated, they've actually done better with their style than they did with their own shit. So, not to sleep on them or anything. Big shout out to them. But I'm just saying, but for real.
Cass did things that with Das EFX sound. Das EFX didn't have any concept of even trying. But that's because they from the South, and so their inspirations is different.
That funk doing something.
On the nature of art, just as a whole, art boils down to perspective. We can possess the exact same skills, but our perspectives on the world is going to lead us to create different art, wildly different art often, mainly because our perspectives on the world are markedly different. Now, mind you, our skills are the same.
Yeah.
But our perspectives on the world are so vastly this way, and this way.
Well, you remember, it's the pimp and the poet. So it's always been Andre's flow is always artsy, beautiful,
but to keep it 300 though. Big Boy
3,000. Keep it 3,000.
Yeah. Facts. Keep it 3 stacks. I mean, as Big Boy Andre got more able to articulate stuff to the streets as they went on, and Big Boy got more artistic as they went on. Because if you listen to Speaker Box of Love Below, the Big Boy side of Speaker Box of Love Below is Big Boy kind of going out into the fucking stars for all intents and purposes.
No, but he's always been that way. He's always been that way. See, I always figured
he's a space age pimp.
He would, because he kind of joked about dumbing it down on his own personal album.
Yeah.
Certain songs he would have to, I hate to use that term, but he would, dare I say, simplify for the core fans that want that.
Sometimes you have to.
You always stay very jazzy though. If you listen to Big Boy stuff, there's always
true.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
What do y'all think?
And that funk, always that.
Wait, what for your next question? I didn't get the chance to.
Go ahead. Go. Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So my favorite song on the album is actually the very last song, Chunky Fire.
Woo!
Chunky Fire
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Andre's first 8 bars are so fucking fire, bro. They're so fucking liquid.
What did he say? Know when the blessed situation, Linda grab a chrome.
Yeah. Gosh.
Fuck, all them bars are so. You're right. You're right. They liquid. He was flowing. He was flowing. He was flowing.
Oh, but wow. Well, you finish yours because I got a second song I want to say, and then you.
That's really all I got to say, but I just really like how it. Not only do they go really hard on the bars, but at the end they end with the Andre's rant at the source about how they were kind of getting disrespected, like they didn't respect New York like that. Somebody else was supposed to get the award.
Well, you got to also, for context sake. So for context sake, what happens is actually that was for the Southern Player Listing. So at that particular time, you have Ready to Die, you have Illmatic, you have Outkast, you have all these particular albums that are out at the same time, which is just fucking classics, just for context sake. And so the New Yorkers would then also, it was a little bit of beef, East and West. So because of that little bit of beef, it's like they did like Cass, but let's just be real, Atlanta just wasn't loved like that. They were just some country niggas from down south. And I mean, people fuck with them.
Which is weird because a lot of those folks that were from Bad Boy to Pac, the East and the West were treating the South as like safe ground, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And Atlanta was
everybody was in Atlanta.
Hell yeah.
Especially because of Freaknik. Pac pretty much lived here. Pac
he fucked with Outkast. Because you got to remember, hold on. So remember, Outkast was through the Flavor Union. They were through Queen Latifah. So because of that, Flavor Union were cool with fucking Pac. So because of that, it was always love. Like Big and Andre, they knew them like that. I mean, they didn't hang with Pac, but they was never no. Outkast was always considered. Them niggas was the UN nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like Switzerland. It was no beef. Like any industry shit with them was never there. Never no West Coast shit. Never no East Coast shit.
Because Atlanta was kind of. You could almost say that like the South was kind of neutral because the South had people like. You got the Ghetto Boys doing their thing around that exact same time. You got Scarface doing stuff. Scarface dropping stuff with Pac. You got 8Ball and MJG. You got UGK. You know what I'm saying? So the South is kind of doing its own thing that sounds markedly different from the rap that everybody else around the nation was doing. And like, so the South kind of got treated as neutral ground.
When Outkast took their flag into Atlanta, it's like their sound. We were booty shake, bro. Like that was our sound. So then you had Outkast. They were not necessarily rap. That shit was Southern hip hop, is what they always called it. You know what I'm saying? They had the funk sound. You know, that was signature for the early '90s. You had everybody doing it from Redman to motherfucking West Coast, and then we had our own version of down south.
I feel like we were doing it better though. I feel like our funk was better.
Nigga, look, listen to any UGK, MJG, and 8Ball, any of them down south. Outkast, all that shit was funky as fuck. That organized noise sound was fucking amazing.
Fucking Pimp C was doing the beats for UGK himself. So like UGK was already not fucking
shit
around.
On this, matter of fact, speaking of production, I'm glad that you got to that point. So in this, to bring it back to the Aquemini album, so as you go down the track list of it, you look through. So Organized Noise, they stepped in for their part. They did about 3 songs on the album. But this is when Outkast actually starts producing their own songs. So Rosa Parks was their song. Rosa Parks was their song. So that shit was a smash hit.
That leads into my next question. What to y'all is the best beat on the album? Like, what song has the best beat?
See, don't do that to me because, bro, it's so. Because look. Because the only reason why I say that, because listen to me, because the album is so hard to just strip away. I'm gonna still go back to Aquemini, but pin that though, because that beat is hard. That beat is, that instrumental's hard, that beat is hard, the rhymes, everything. But y'all skipped out on one song I did want to get to, was Skewered on the Bar. That fucking beat on that shit on Skewered on the Bar, because that's the time you have Big Boy said, right, what did he say?
I bust raps like these boys bust gas.
Shit, we the type of people that don't bury the hatch or the ass. Every time we see your link, we snatch it right around your hood. Oh my God! See, so that's just yeah. So it's just that's the only reason why I say that production on that album, on that particular song, was so crisp that you just have a situation where you can't even. It's like the production for every fucking song is like Return of the Gangster was aggressive but clear, and it was hard that because they still had the 808s in them shit. Rosa Parks was catchy but still a great song. You know what I mean?
You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart right now. But your favorite beat on an album, Loaded, with amazing beats. I can't even pick a favorite beat. Oh my God, he just said skewered on the Barbie. When we were riding in the car earlier, you were talking about art storytelling. One, I want to go to that, to be honest with you. And then I was just talking about Chunky Fire.
Yeah.
That's mine too.
Just talking about Return of the Gangster.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Mamacita's got a fire right
Yes,
there.
it is.
Mamacita. No, the beat, the
whole
synthesizer
album.
is stupid.
Let's be real. How many albums come with this many fire and different beats?
Fair.
Yeah.
Unless you got
It's just-
unless it's like Night Wonder and soundtrack making your album,
Right.
you don't have to write
Or the Alchemist.
Alchemist or something.
Yeah.
Premiere, but besides this is up there with their shit. Like, it's not better. That's me. Oh my God.
Organized.
What do you guys think? Please in the comments.
Yeah,
tell us
somebody-
What's the best beat on this
On
album?
that
Like,
album.
What do
like,
you think?
what do y'all think?
Because I don't think it's not an easy choice. It's not gonna just be like slam dunk. Oh, I can say this because you can say, well, what about this?
I'm gonna say the one that I would say if I got to choose one is gonna be, I would say, the art of storytelling, just simply because of them otherworldly sounds it comes in with, either that or Spotty Yachty
But then
Dopalicious.
part 2 comes on and it's got that great.
Oh man, why you gotta talk about Spotty
yeah,
Yachty?
Because-
Yeah.
Spotty Yachty might be the best song on the album. I know, controversial, but Spotty Yachty might be.
Well, remember,
Yes.
so Cash used to always put a smoke song on every album. So that shit is mellow.
It ain't even that it's a smoke song. It's just an Atlanta song.
It's a vibe.
You ever been in the city, just riding through the city
Yeah.
with Spotty Yachty Dopalicious playing?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it make you feel like, oh yeah, I'm from Atlanta.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
in
saying? Right. Right. She like, man, what the hell? I'll play it for, give it another 5 years, babe. I'll play it for you too. Like, you'll get it.
But see, you know, one song I'm looking at the track list and I forgot about, and we ain't even say nothing about, was Y'all Scared. And that's like,
Ooh,
that's
if you
like the realest
scared,
song on the
say
whole
you scared.
album.
Paragraph indent,
That's-
I make intense sense.
That's some real shit, bro.
Sometimes there's these songs that you forget that are on the album. That's one of those songs where I was in the car and I was like, what is this song? I actually had to look. I was just sort of like, oh,
Yeah.
I totally forgot about it.
And
I had heard
Big
it
Boy
before, but-
snapped on that
Yeah, he
fucking
did.
song. He fucking snapped. Like, there are certain times where Big Boy will wrap circles around 3 stacks. And it's not a lot of times.
I mean, but it's just that, because look, Andre
That's
always
all.
said that Big was a better rapper, and I kind of understand what he means by that as far as the technical aspect of rapping. See, what Andre is spectacular is he's probably the greatest storyteller, and like
No, though. This dude,
Andre came a
like-
long way also. Like, he could do it all by the end of his career.
yeah,
right?
true,
I mean,
true.
like,
And
because
we
in
say
technical
all, I mean
ability,
all.
if we
Yeah.
talking technical ability, we can't sleep like 3 stacks ain't.
I know
This
but
is a guy
but
who
I'm trying to big up
Eminem
Big,
respected. Eminem
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, 3 stacks got them motherfucking
Yeah,
bars. Me and him
yeah.
used to call each other and talk about bars. Andre from Outkast, Jada, Corrupt, Nas, and Nimi.
Yeah.
Like, so like,
That's
like,
a great list of people.
it's a phenomenal list, and it's more or less my list.
African Bambaataa. That's one of their biggest influence.
You said y'all said it earlier. DOS effects, definitely DOS effects, definitely
I know a little bit of Africa about it. He did like, was that like Planet Rock and shit?
Yeah,
all that shit?
yeah.
They love that shit.
My
They
mama
always
be
and
playing-
Slick Rick. That
Look,
was one of their big
My mama used to play the fuck out of African Bambaataa.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I used to be like, Mama, I know this your era of rap, But come on,
That's
baby.
actually pretty good music. I ain't mad at Planet Rock.
Oh no, my mom will play that song.
I mean, because you got to think about the
15 times
vibe.
in a row.
The Planet Rock and the music that they made were vibes, and so that's kind of Outkast's thing.
Most of Outkast's influence, though, isn't so much from rappers as it is from Parliament Funkadelic.
Yep. They funk. They came into funk, and in time they came into rap music. Funk was a heavy, big sound. If it wasn't George Clinton, it was somebody from the funk era. And so hell, they did a
George
song
Clinton,
with
Bootsy Collins,
synthesizer.
Yes,
George
Clinton is on synthesizer.
Yeah. Look, and then that next album they did a song with them, with Slick Rick. So you gotta understand their influences are things that were. I mean, you never hear them talk about crazy, super gangster ass music. Of course, everybody did listen to Easy E, but that wasn't the thing that motivated them to make music. Those guys that they made music, their collection of soul, funk. Of course, East Coast hip hop, because you can hear it in their rhyme flow.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they have down south drawl. I mean, Outkast is almost the perfect package of a great group of something that's truly unique. Like, I mean, look, I listen to a lot of rap music. I'm talking about West and East Coast, Dog Pound and Corrupt. They're a really dope 2-man group. They're not fucking with Outkast. I'm sorry, no disrespect. I love Dog Pound, but they're just not. I love Havoc and Prodigy.
They're not fucking with Cass.
But they're just not fucking with.
Say about Aquemini. What's your favorite bar?
Ooh, that's the question I was gonna ask last.
Wow. What's your favorite bar?
Ooh.
I may not be able to recall my favorite bar at the moment.
Oh my God.
What do you say? My mind warps and bends, flows the wind, count to 10, meet the twin, Andre Ben, welcome to the Lion's Den, original skin, many men comprehend, I extend myself so you go out and tell a friend. That's like
I was actually quoting that song to my son as it was playing in the car riding with him. As I was grabbing him like this and just thrashing him like, listen to this, what he's saying, because the message.
Bars.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Can I give you my runner-up while you think?
No runner-up.
Deliver this through your audio, Grado Mafioso, grow hydro, then back it up. Like, come on.
Okay, so here, I can't help me requote this or whatever, because you know all the lyrics and shit. What is the first few bars on Skew It on the Barbie? That line where he said,
yes. What he say? What did he say? I gotta remember. You never know who the haters. Niggas cater to your ego.
I'm sorry,
like Atari, who's the cousin to Kaliko. Something like that.
Rico, something to barge, he large and got a
It's a complex bar. I can't requote it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite shit that Andre said on
Look,
the album.
he was
in the car like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Like, ooh, that's snap.
You polite, you offer her some beans and rice, but she's back at you like a pit. Mix
with
a
chihuahua, how much meaner can he get? Don't let her have a way with you. She gonna have a fit. You're the apple of her eye and gonna get bit. Here's what you do.
You grab her by her neck. You put her on the wall. You say, bitch, don't you ever disrespect me? Not at all. Yeah. Oh man, that shit was hard. Like I'm saying, because it was just, it's a song, and I say I love that one because I can literally visualize that shit happening. Chilling with your homegirl, she say some slick shit. You're like, oh, whatever. Then you offer her something to eat, and then she's like, damn, girl, no, you really is thick though. And so at that point, and then you gotta put hands, and I can literally visualize a chick like, hey, bitch, I done told you, stop playing with me. I said stop playing with me. I don't play like that. Stop playing with me. I'm just saying, cold bar.
Also that paragraph indent, I'm making 10 cents.
Yeah.
Niggas on that Gil Scott dope. Hint, hint. Then he turned, what he say? Then he turned 15 and started smoking Billy Clint. Nice 21 and wants to know where the time went. That
fire.
Like, what is that?
That's crazy.
That is
That's if you scared, say you scared.
Yeah, that's why I said that's why I love that song, because everybody on that you scared.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that shit. Wow.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I gotta listen to it again.
You gotta go back, like, bro.
That's on that. That's if you scared, say you scared.
Yeah.
Big Boy snapped on. If you scared, say you scared too, though. Like, when you say what's the best bar, it's such a.
It's hard to take it, because
this album. this album and the album after it, Stank on You.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what's the best bar on Stank on You either, because niggas is rapping their asses off on Stank on You.
Wait. I can give you that. That nigga says, nigga says, I elope like ski lope and fall like avalanches. That was on Spaghetti Junction.
But nah, come on, give me them Aquemini bars. I need more. I need more. I done gave like 4.
All right, so in Aquemini, I can give you, wow. Did you know it's Return to Gangster? Thanks to that. That's always
that one.
Because that literally sets off the whole album. Because like I keep saying to you, for context sake, at that time, the media really had a lot of weird shit going on because he just was changing and he wasn't the standard traditional, I hate to say it, goofy looking nigga. He didn't have on the traditional, the starter thug kid on. He didn't have on jewelry. He wasn't that. He was on some spiritual shit. So for him, he's like, look, listen to what I'm saying. I gotta bring out the gangster just so y'all hear me. And I heard him loud and clear. Yeah. You know, and then if you go and skew it on the barber, it's like that fucking verse on there, Jesus.
He snapped on Skew It on the barber.
Yeah. I mean, but honestly, everybody on there, because you have, one thing people don't know, the Wu and Outkast were always really cool. So, this shit's major, son. You major. Gotta bust your shit open beats. You spine tingling with Mad Styles. Yeah. I mean,
it was the North and South shit right
now. Drink this nigga. I got pour up, nigga. Pour up. Hit this Henny. But you
hit this Henny. That's my favorite part at the very end.
Pour up. Just do the whole vibe. Look. If you really want to be, even in slump, I'm gonna be real with you.
That's underrated. That's such a good song, actually.
I like the Nathaniel freestyle before that, bro.
True.
Throw me in that hole, left, right, left. That dog, I can understand that nigga really was calling from jail, dog, and he was spitting his ass off, bro. That's how much love they got for the nigga, because that's Big Boy's little bro, and just make sure to just put him on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's the heart and soul you hear in that album. That albums always have something.
Oh no, you know what? The best verse on the whole album to me, that I think about it, it's Erykah Badu verse on that Liberation.
Yeah.
Man, if she don't tell you literally the future of the next like 3 generations of rappers, she literally tells you then in that verse. If you listen to that verse,
you're a superstar. Man,
she tells you basically Drake's story. That's Drake's story. There's so many rappers. Kanye, she basically tells all of their stories years before, 10 years before, before either of them actually begins to live the story. That verse right there, that verse about like the perils of fame and the way it like affects your ability to create art and like.
But you see,
but you get the money and the power and stuff.
Do you hear how you breaking this down though? This is what we talk about layering. We're talking about substance. We're talking about, you can actually hear her pouring out her song.
Yeah, look, right there, if I were gonna say any verse, like all them other verses that we were just going through, like all of them verses are hard. Yeah. But when I listen to the song Liberation, I told y'all, Liberation is my favorite song.
Yeah, Liberation is like
that verse.
Shake that load off. Shake that load off.
First off, CeeLo snaps. Everybody snaps on Liberation.
No, it's just
everybody snaps on it. CeeLo be snapping.
Hey, but you know, fun fact, CeeLo was supposed to be in the group, but he was throwing around and didn't get up.
But he is in Pimp Trick Gangsta Click. Pimp Trick Gangsta Click is Andre CeeLo and Sleepy Brown.
Talk about that in the CD store.
Yep. Do you know that they have a whole Pimp Trick Gangsta Click album recorded that they just haven't released into the public?
Man, they see. Can you drop that, Outkast? Please drop that. Stop playing. Please.
I wish.
Drop that, Sleepy. Somebody please drop that.
If anybody has it, shoot me the link.
Yeah.
Just
bootleg that shit. Please.
I just want to hear it.
Please. If somebody, just in case there's a chance, anybody, please.
If you happen to have worked for Organized Noise when they was recording this,
hell yeah,
and we won't even play the album. Yeah. Like we ain't gonna let nobody else hear it. We just gonna play it for ourselves for maybe like a year or 10.
I'm gonna play it at every house party I've ever. I'm not even gonna lie though.
Hey, little folks be like, bro,
what the?
98, 97, or some shit like craziness.
Outkast, they produce a magnum opus. They put a lot of heart and soul in that shit. I really, 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 really wish we could get more content from that shit. I mean, God, But I know they're not gonna make another album. I understand. I understand why Andre's heart is that. But damn, I know he always said, if you want to hear me again, just put the CD in, put in, stream it or whatever. But damn, great listen to anybody that wants a peek of what Outkast is capable of. The greatness, the pure elation you'll get from the album. You know,
The wisdom.
yeah, lots of fucking wisdom.
As I get older, this album like grows even more on me than it already was, and it's not because of nostalgia, but just because like listening to it from at different ages in your life and learning certain stuff. The other day, me and Tony were talking about that line where he's like, "Damn, sometimes a player just want to kick back with my gators off and watch my little girl blow bubbles." And Tony was like, "You know, at this age, I kind of understand that line.
That bar hits, it hits, yeah."
And like I see that myself, and I'm like, hell yeah, that is raw as fuck. It just gives you a deeper appreciation.
It's grown
the
man
longer
shit.
you sit with it.
They were always grown, bro.
Yeah.
That's the thing that people forget in music. Most people do kid shit. I'm not gonna shit on any of these people that are successful and sell tons of music, movie streams, or whatever. But their music is not meant to be grown. Outkast music was grown from day fucking one.
Yeah.
They were young brothers that had to live adult lives and made adult music at children ages.
Yep.
Fucking amazing.
So I guess what's the album we're gonna do next time?
Wow. We already talked about it. It was supposed to be.
I was telling Tone earlier we could do Food and Liquor by Lupe Fiasco.
Oh my god.
Well, what was the other one you got?
It was supposed to be a Kanye West album.
Not College Dropout.
Late Registration.
Late Registration.
Ooh, College Dropout would go hard. Oh shit, hold on.
I think you guys are kind of on something when we were talking about Temple Butterflies, so I think that also.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Between these three, huh?
Yeah. We can draw lots on the shit and then we'll get
Also, leave in the comments if you guys have any suggestions for albums you'd like to refer
Definitely,
to.
definitely.
We definitely are more into classics. So we're looking for classics.
Sticking with the classics.
Awesome albums.
Yeah.
So we're not.
And if we haven't heard it, we will listen to it. We
and give
will
it a real listen, a session listen.
Yeah. Like, and it don't necessarily got, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, we're gonna get there, but it don't necessarily gotta be like rap shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck, you got like
we
Led
said,
Zeppelin,
classics.
I guess. Like,
Now, but remember, the emphasis is classics. We're not talking about, oh, I think I like this and I think you may like this. Like, no, it has to be understood and a consensus that it is a classic album, and that, you know, because what I may like may not be what you like, but if it's some classic shit, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
Classic shit. Remember,
and even if that's
classic.
just like for your generation, you know what I'm saying? Like for your era, you know what I'm saying? If you consider it classic for your era, send it to us. Like, goddamn, fuck. We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. You know what I'm saying? But thank you.
There's 3 dope boys in the Cadillac.
3 dope boys in the Cadillac. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
On the album we have Goody Mob, we got Raekwon the Chef. From the Wu-Tang, we got Erykah Badu, we got George Clinton. You know what I'm saying? It means 14 cuts, everything action-packed and brand new, straight up. The album dropped on September 29th. It's in your stores right now. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got it, you're laming out on us.